Welcome back to day 2 of the Take Up Space Summit. Yesterday, I shared a little bit about Vincent van Gogh's groundbreaking and revolutionary artistic style and how his life and story inspired the theme of this online event. I also spoke about self-love, and I hope the conversations on offer inspired you to become the most extraordinary loving version of yourself. Today, I'd like to say more about what I find truly awe-inspiring about this Dutch painter. His iconic paintings, such as The Starry Night, Sunflowers, and Irises, are now considered some of the most valuable and recognizable works of art in the world. But when he was alive, Van Gogh wasn't able to sell a single of his masterpiece paintings. People thought he was mad, and no one appreciated his work. And while his painting career only spanned a decade, he was incredibly prolific, creating over 2,000 artworks within that time frame. So, what kept him going? In a letter to his brother Theo, he confides, "The only time I feel alive is when I'm painting." The only time I feel alive is when I'm painting. I'd like you to consider the wisdom here. Following what makes you feel alive, what brings you pleasure. In the acronym SPACE, P is for pleasure, and that's what today's featured interviews will touch on. There's a profound nuance in our understanding of pleasure when it comes to the divine feminine way. I'm not talking about a shallow or superficial understanding of pleasure, where the focus is on the external, chasing the next trend or going after more material achievements. Instead, pleasure arises from an internal state of mind, and the focus is on the amplitude of your inner emotional life. What makes pleasure meaningful is that it registers on a soul level, where deep connection and self-discovery are primary. It's what makes you come truly alive. And this is where joy becomes a spiritual asset because it nourishes your soul. What this means is that anything and everything can be pleasurable. There's no hierarchy or judgment about what is better here, because the only measure is your internal compass of meaning. What evokes enduring satisfaction and enjoyment for your soul? And today, we have a diverse palette of inspirational interviews to whet your appetite. For instance, there's pleasurable medicine to be found in dance, which helps us connect with our dynamic being. Gain a visceral understanding of the soulful satisfaction that comes from expressing the vitality of life within you through movement. You can also learn how to woo your pleasure and participate in a guided somatic practice that will transform your understanding of who you are and what brings you pleasure. Now, consciously taking up space by creating and living bravely from your heart is deeply satisfying as well. And here, there's astrological guidance, as well as wisdom from the dragons, to assist you in surrendering with playful curiosity. Experience potent channeled activations to help you dance more easefully and joyfully, so you can shine more brightly. And don't leave this life without singing the song in your heart. Take up space for greater joy and fulfillment by understanding how you can shift into higher consciousness with breath and mantra. Also, be inspired by mythic stories of the divine feminine so you can follow your bliss and step courageously into your truth. I hope you take pleasure in today's offerings, because it's time to stop holding back. At the age of 27, when he picked up a brush and started painting, Van Gogh did so without any intention of leaving a legacy. Neither did he paint in the hopes of achieving fame or fortune. No, he painted because he was following his bliss. He did it because painting brought him peace and joy, and he found solace in the companionship of a brush, canvas, and nature. He was consumed by a desire to create and to express himself through his art. More on this in day 4. For now, I'd like to end by emphasizing the importance of today's principle: pleasure, true, meaningful experiences that touch your soul and make it come alive, opens doorways to feminine wisdom by bringing you into higher resonance with your higher consciousness. It's a way of being that's innate to your nature and grounds you in your physical body so you can embody more of your divine spirit. Don't be afraid of trusting in what brings you joy and doing that more often until it becomes an integral part of your life. Enjoy today's rich sharing and blessings on your journey to bliss.